Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name's Andy, and today I'm going to do you a quick what's in the box kit review of my ENCORE models, Spitfire Mark 1, Mark 1A or Mark 2A. And as you can see, this is produced in the 1/72nd scale and is kit number 1008. Now, for those of you not familiar with ENCORE models, that's possibly because they were based in Texas, USA. In fact, 1115 Crowley Drive, Carrollton. Now, I've actually got quite a few viewers, it seems, in the US. And if it just so happens that you live in Carrollton, Texas, USA, and you're familiar with this address, well, I'd be fascinated to know what's going on there at the moment. Now, as we can see, and as I've discovered well, I'm not really that bothered really, but I've actually discovered, we can see here, this is formally released by a company called Hella, who's probably a little bit more familiar to my European compatriots. I actually have the exact Hella brother, I suppose you could say, of this one. And if you wanted to check out, because I find it kind of interesting, a website called Scalemates, you can actually trace the genealogy of these models back to when they were built. Let's put that one out of the way and let's have a look at what's in this box. Oh, interestingly, this one was boxed and sold in the USA, but it was actually molded in Argentina. Hello, Argentina. Have I got any Argentinian viewers? Give us a comment if I have. Okay, so I'm actually taking the liberty of taking this out of the box, and as is customary in my reviews, I'm actually just going to have a look through the instructions and the information provided. Now, ENCORE models didn't actually provide any history of the Mark 1, Mark 1A or Mark 2A, and normally I actually read this out just so we can get a bit of history. I'm kind of getting bored of reading out about Spitfires, and I'm kind of guessing it might get a bit tedious for you also, so luckily we haven't got any history with this one, it's just straight into the instructions. Now, what we've actually got is some very, very basic instructions. Step 1, Step 2 and 3, Step 4 and Step 5. It's pretty easy to follow. There's not really an awful lot of parts in this model, so it shouldn't really take an awful lot of time to actually construct. On the reverse, we have some interesting painting guides, and this one here is the kind of unfamiliar white and black undersides, which was quite popular with RAF units, I think just before the war or just after the outbreak. Now, this one actually interested me quite a lot because when I saw this online, I actually had no idea what these markings were. They're not German, they're not Finnish, they're certainly not any British markings that I'm familiar with. But we have actually discovered what they are, because actually it's quite obvious. And here they are. Interestingly, Portuguese. Now, I have actually had a look at my analytics, and I do actually have a couple of Portuguese viewers. Hello there, Portugal. How are you doing today? So, as we can see, we've actually got options on this, multiple ones at that, and we can actually do this as a British Mark 1, 2, or we can do this in the SEAC command, Southeast Asia command. Or, this is what I'm going to do because I find this quite interesting. I'm going to actually mark this up for the Portuguese Air Force. Let's have a look at the sprues. This is basically going to be exactly the same as the Hella, which I'm actually going to review and build probably at the same time as this. So, you know, if you have a look at this one, you don't have to look at the Hella because basically it's the same. Now, we do actually have some panel lines and rivets on these, markings on these, and that makes it just a little bit more interesting when we come to paint this up. The moulding itself is pretty nice. You know, it's 1980s or 1990s, so we kind of expect it to be of reasonable quality. Again, we've got the wings, and again, these have got panel lines, and there is some nice detail here of the riveted sections. You know, it should look quite nice when it's painted up, actually. You know, there's nothing much going on there. It just looks as though it's going to fit together quite nicely. As you can see, the flaps are actually fitted up anyway. The final sprue, we've got the propeller, the remains of the tailplane. We've got some actual detail on the instrument control panel, I've actually painted a similar one of these up from a Smur kit, which is also an ex-Hella kit. So I'm kind of familiar with this sprue because I think it's exactly the same as that one. And we've got the bucket seat, we've got the engine cowlings and all the other pretty standard parts that go together with this pretty basic sort of model. Anyway, there we go. I'm all done with showing you another Spitfire. I'm sure you guys are getting a little bit bored. I promise you I will do some kit reviews and build some stuff other than Spitfires in the future. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this another video on Spitfires. Questions and suggestions are more than welcome. Please like and subscribe and join me for my model building ride. Be seeing you.